What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to your channel. I'm on Talks and Gaming. Today, we're going to be going over the Call of the Haunted decks I just came up with. Did a little bit of testing with it. Actually, I'm really happy with the way it runs. But if you guys don't know, Call of the Haunted is a skill that came in the first booster box of Speed Duels, and it reads as follows: at the start of a duel, place a card in your center spell and trap card zone. You can activate this skill during your first turn of the duel. You can draw one less, and then you draw one less card at the beginning of the duel. So you get this card set face down as Call of the Haunted in your middle spell and trap card zone, but you start with 3 cards in hand instead of 4. So yeah, it's a little. The downside for this is like a lot. I hate the fact that I have to start with 3 cards using this, but I digress. Uh, and of course, it's just Call of the Haunted. You can just target a monster in your graveyard, special summon in an attack position. And then when this card leaves the field, destroy that monster, and when that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So that's kind of what the gist is for the Call of the Haunted skill. Now, the deck itself is actually really interesting. I got inspiration off of the Viral Despair deck and how it used to run, so that's kind of what I went for here, right? But to start it off, we're playing this 3 DD Warrior Lady. I think this card is really cool and like one of the best cards in our format, so probably should just go over it first. Being able to banish any target in the deck is like crazy. But then we go into like the actual deck itself, which is like the Zombina engine kind of thing. So you have your Zombinas, you have your Exploder Dragon, and you have your Amazon Swordswoman. I think these are the best cards to go into, and if your Warrior Ladies are also in the graveyard for whatever reason, Offerings to the Doom maybe, your Zombina can actually bring back the DD Warrior Lady, which is like awesome. Because like having these cards be able to float like that is insane. Then your main boss monster of the deck, like I said, is the Despair from the Dark. I think this card is really good in this deck, especially because you're like a stall burn deck. I think just having this card be able to come to the field, sit in defense mode is just really powerful. Haunted Shrine is played at 3 because it's the best zombie trap card in the deck, and we play 6 zombie cards, or 5 zombie cards, my bad. But it continuously allows you to bring back your Zombina and your Despair from the Dark, which the Despair from Dark is the best part here. So Haunted Shrine is just your extra copy of your Call of the Haunted, essentially. So you're monster reborning up to 7 times in this deck. And then, like, it only makes sense that Foolish is in here, because it just synergizes so well at 3 with your Haunted Shrine and your Call of the Haunted skill. Like I said, it's just really good because you like Call of the Haunted. You can send your Swordswoman, your Zombinas, or your Despair from the Dark, and then Call of the Haunted just gets to bring it back, and it's just so good, so good. The only downside is that this guy has to summon an attack position when Call of the Haunted is activated. So yeah, that's a bummer. And then Zelma's the best card in the game, played at 3, and like I said, we're a burn deck, so we obviously have to play the Nightmare Wheel at 3. Side deck is going to be as follows. Golden Ladybug is played at 1 in here. I've been going to a new locals lately, and there's this guy there named Colin, and he's like really onto this card right now. And every time I see him use it, I think it's like the strongest play he has going on. Shout out to Colin for that. Like, good job, man. And then you got 2 Cosmic Cyclones chilling in here, 2 Floodgate Trap Hole, and then the 1 Defusion like you would usually have in any other side deck at this moment. And then obviously you're Waking the Dragon Bluff being my usual Waking the Dragon Bluff. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this showcase. So we're playing against a guy named Denayo. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, dude, I'm so sorry. But he's playing a Into the Darkness Below, and I just felt like it would be really cool just to showcase it against like another fun deck. Because, this deck is just for fun, right? He summons the Sonic Duck, grabs the Advanced Ritual Art, and then, it reveals to me he's probably playing the Mass Beast build, which is, like, fine, And then, so what I do is I just set the Floodgate Trap Hole face down, set the Summon the Spirit face down, and then summon the Amazon Swordswoman. I go into the battle phase, attack into the Sonic Duck, and then he will take 100 damage. Drawing into the Dark Necrofear, he summons the Octiclops here, and then attacks into my Amazon Swordswoman. Is going to inflict 300 damage to the opponent because he takes any battle damage I would have taken. I draw for turn, drawing into Zombina, set the Zombina, and then pass my turn. He draws into the Earthbound Spirit, sends the Earthbound to draw into the Lajin. Lajin is then summoned, he enters into battle phase, attacks into the Zombina will then go to the graveyard, and then Amazon Swordswoman will come to the field in attack position. They will attack then into the Amazon Swordswoman. He'll take the 300, and then I will draw for turn to the Haunted Shrine. Again, I set the Zombina here, and then pass turn off to the opponent who draws into the Opticlops, sends the Opticlops, goes into the battle phase, and then summons the or attacks the Opticlops into the set Zombina again summoning out the Amazon Swordswoman. Opponent then attacks Lajin into the Amazon Swordswoman. Swordswoman will deal a total of 300 damage, and then turn gets passed back off to me, to which I bring out the DD Warrior Lady. Go ahead and set it face down, pass the opponent who draws into the Lost Wind, sets the Lost Wind face down, sends the Gross Ghost of the Field Dreams to the graveyard, and then adds the Izana to the hand, which is insane. Goes ahead and uses the Advanced Ritual Art here. He's going to send the Gilgarst to the graveyard, summon the Izana, and then I'm just going to Floodgate it where it stands. He's going to attack again, and this time it's going to be into the DD Warrior Lady. Warrior Lady is going to banish the Opticlops, and then the Lajin is going to attack directly, but we're going to Zone Spirit here, so bring it to the field in defense position. It then decides to attack into the Zone Spirit. He takes a total of, life points, and then draws for turn. I draw for turn and draw into the Zoma Spirit. I set the Zoma, set the Haunted Shrine, and then I use the Call of the Haunted here. This is going to allow me to bring back my Amazon Swordswoman. Using the Amazon Swordswoman, I attack into the face down Izana, and then he admits defeat there. And the reason why is that he'll take 1100 here. It'll drop him down to 100, but he won't be able to now climb my Amazon Swordswoman. And he does have the Hammer Shot in hand, but it destroys this the strongest attack position monster on the field, and Lajin would be the strongest attack position monster, even with his card face up in defense position. So it's like really hard for him at this point to out it. I also have another Zoma face down, and it's going to be super easy to just crash. And then same with the Haunted Shrine. If he does figure out he can out this, I just go back into the Zombina, and then Zombina will then be able to float back into the Swordswoman. But yeah, that's kind of what this deck is doing. I think it's really interesting. As you can see, it works out really well. But if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you leave a like. And if you enjoy me, make sure you subscribe. But above all, I also want you to have a great day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.